Go ahead.
It's Coco the Fluffin' Bunny, and I'm rocking with DJ Malone. All right. It's Coco the Fluffin' Bunny. Actually, can I start over?
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah. So it's Coco the Fluffin' Bunny, and I'm rocking with Chicago 77.3. Did I do that right?
Yeah. What's going on, people? It's the one and only DJ Malone. How you guys doing out there, man? Chicago 77.3, the best place to be at on any day, really, man. Man, I got a special guest into the building, man. Big shouts to everybody who came out there to the Smoke and Mirrors event, man. Big shouts to you guys. K Rhymes, I see you out there, man. So, and I like to give, talent a place to shine, man. So I want this next artist that she's about to come up. And when I heard her perform, Joe, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It was something serious, man. I'm like, hey, yo, man, I like her talent. Now, there's some artists out there who are just they're good, they're lyrical, don't get me wrong. But there are people out there who are actually good at stage presence and commanding a crowd. And when I seen her, I was like, "Hey, yo, man, we got to get on the station real quick, man." So let's go. Let me introduce her real quick. Coco Bunni, what's going on?
Hey, what's poppin' with it? What's poppin' with it? It's Coco. How y'all doing?
Coco, how you feeling?
I feel great. I have a great day. Happy to be alive.
Hey, that's all you can be, man. Blessed and highly favored. That's all it is.
Most definitely.
So no. Tell my listeners a little bit about you, man, because I really like your vibe. You seem very positive and stuff, man. So tell my listeners about you.
Oh, yeah. So I'm from Ohio. I'm 22, about to be 23 real soon. Big Aries gang.
We
like to turn up.
Aries?
So, yeah, Aries.
When your birthday is?
April 19th.
My birthday's April 13th.
See? And look.
Aries, yeah.
We turn.
Yeah.
I can't say too much about us. Look. But, yeah, most definitely. I try to stay positive because what is being upset going to do? What is that going to do for me? Can I cuss?
Yeah, you good.
Oh, well, I got shit to do. Excuse my language, but I got shit to do. I can't sit there and be crying about none of that or upset about nothing. At the end of the day, if it was going to be negative or it was for you to go through something bad, you wouldn't have another day to try again.
I hear that, man. Come on to the mic, because I want people to really get to hear you, man, and everything. So now, I'm from Chicago. So a Midwest to another Midwest. What made you come here to Texas, man?
Honestly, it was like I had a calling. I was doing a lot of stuff in Ohio. Don't get me wrong, Ohio is great. I love my Columbus. I love the 614. I love being from there. But it was once I got to Texas, everything just hit the ground running. It didn't matter what I was doing. I really originally came for school, and I was just letting them know, like, hey, I got this business. I do hair. I make music, and everybody was just all over it. And, it was like, dang. To see this, they actually support you and want to give you routes so you can win. Yeah, I'm going to be in Texas for sure.
Hey, so no, and I kind of felt that way too, because when I came here, I was a more bigger commodity from a person that was from a different region versus to a person that was from here. So how do you feel about like adjusting to life in Texas?
I don't really think I had to adjust a lot. I've always been like a big personality, a big person. When I walk in rooms, I can talk to 15 different, however many people, and it wouldn't bother me because I've always been an outgoing person. So the only thing that I really had to adapt to moving from Columbus to Houston was so much more the pace of things. I thought I was moving at a fast pace when I was in Columbus, and I got here and everything slowed down, and then it started, at their momentum. It was like, okay, dang, I don't ever remember being this busy. I always thought, make sure you hustle, have your multiple incomes, blase, blase. But it was like, once you got here, they push you to be better. And that's what I like the best about Houston is they're not going to let you be no bum. If you be a bum, it's because you chose to be a bum. Other than that, they have every way for you to go up. So that's one thing. That's the only thing I feel like adaptation is you have to pay attention to how you present yourself in Houston because they don't play that.
Hey, I respect that. I respect the fact that that you really go out on your own and say, hey, yo, man, I'm really going to make this work for me. Nobody else but me. So as far as becoming an artist, when did you know that, hey, that's something I really want to do?
Oh, since a baby. Literally, and half my songs you don't hear me say it since a baby. That's something I've always wanted to do. Like, since I could speak, I would be singing.
Real.
I'm all over the place. Like, you can look up videos now with, my government name, not my artist name.
Man.
And you'll find, a whole bunch of me either singing in church, dancing somewhere. So music has been my life since a child. But to actually, like, be able to hone in and present who I am as a person through my art, that didn't really happen until like a couple years ago.
Okay.
So it was like I really had more restrictions because those expectations from people that you try and follow.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I was very stubborn, very hard-headed, but I still have respect for them people. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't, too much step out of the box. But now it's like, hey, I'm grown. You either going to have to accept me for me or leave me where I stand.
Yeah.
And respectfully, wherever I'm standing, I'm good to go because God got me. So it's like...
I like that, man.
Yeah.
I love your confidence. Now, does that come from, like, when as a child, were you in a lot of talent shows and stuff? Like, does that confidence come from just repetitious?
I would more so say the confidence comes in how I view myself.
Okay.
Like, don't get me wrong, you can do all the competitions and stuff you want, but if you don't believe in yourself, it don't matter how much, work you putting in because where do you believe in your work is going towards? So it's like, yeah, I could have been, because I will honestly say, from now versus when I did my first talent show, like I didn't do my actual first talent show on my own until I was in middle school. And even then, I'm singing Rolling in the Deep. Up there, like, okay, should I move? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in one place. Like, when you go search that up and see that on YouTube, you're going to see I was standing in one place. Okay. Because that's not who I was. I wasn't presenting who I was. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I went and started believing in me and presenting who I am, you see how easy it come out. Like, you don't even recognize me no more. Just see Coco Bunni when she out there performing. So,
hey, but I like the fact that you made Coco Bunni into a brand, and I like the fact. Oh yeah, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I like the fact that you always, even when you came up to me, you presented yourself as a artist, and I think a lot of people don't realize how much that goes along with, especially for a person like me. I'm a DJ and a radio. I do the radio stuff here. So a lot of, you'd be surprised, a lot of artists don't talk to the DJs or they don't talk to radio personalities.
I feel like that's something you have to do because at the end of the day, where are you going to go without a DJ or a radio? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you getting your songs played if you're not going through the people that play them the most? People pay to go to parties and they listen to every playlist the DJ got, regardless of what songs they know are on there or aren't. So it's like, for you to miss that opportunity, you putting yourself on a back burner. You know, you making extra work for yourself. And I also feel like if that's who you're supposed to be, you have to carry that.
Hey,
most definitely have to carry that very strong. Like, right now, I'm Coco Bunni. Outside of this, I'm my government name. You know what I'm saying? When I go handle stuff, if it's not pertaining to Coco Bunni, that's not who I am. Don't talk to me about Coco Bunni right now. When I'm Coco Bunni, then we can talk about Coco Bunni.
Do you think that it's more of I wouldn't say alter ego, but it's kind of like The Undertaker and Mark Calloway, whatever his name is. When he's doing WWE, he's Undertaker. When he's off, he's Mark Calloway.
I would say yes and no. I'm Coco Bunni at the end of the day. But I would say in the house, I'm just Bunny. Like, I'm not the full Coco Bunni. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just Ray. That's what my mom called me. So it's either in the house, I'm Bunni or I'm Ray. You don't never really hear Coco at all. And Bunni is a nickname. So that's where my artist came, my artist name came from. So, for sure.
All right. I like that. I like that, man. So, now, I love your sound. It reminds me of... And I don't like to just pinpoint on artists, but you have a very refreshing sound as far as you can rap. And I don't like to use this, but you can rap as if we were to go back in the 90s or 2000s, I feel like you can hold your own against that. So, especially like nowadays, these girls. I mean, look, hey, it is what it is. I mean, people talking about booty hole brown and stuff like that.
She said, "Michael, you booty hole brown."
But it is what it is. But you can really spit. So when did you know, like, oh, I can really go, like I can really flow and stuff?
I knew it in middle school. It was a lot of boys. It was this boy. He used to call him named Black Ice. His first name I think was like Artie or something. But he was one of them, like, he would be making the music on his own and, publishing it at school. And I'm like, sir, I'm harder than you.
Real.
Like, I always felt that. I would be like, yeah, I'm harder than you. And they was like, no, you're not. All right, give me a topic and I'll rap about it right now. Literally, that's what I would have them do at the tables, at the buses while we waiting for them. Because what you're not going to do is knock me down a couple notches just because I'm a female. So that's how they were doing me in, like, Ohio. Like, oh, it's the boys that rap.
Okay.
You wait. You know what I'm saying? They wanted me to wait. No, baby, because what I'm saying versus what you saying need to be heard. Like, why would I wait for you? So most definitely the first time I knew I could spit something and it really meant something or it held weight was in middle school.
Okay. So and then you realize, okay, yeah, I can go. I can spit. So now when do you say how I want to take this to another level? I want to go and actually do artistry and do shows. I want to take this as a career.
So, like I said, I knew it since a kid that I wanted to have it, but since I like honed in and was like, okay, this is for sure. Like I want to be in an everyday life of, I have this to do, this to do, this to do, and this is my routine. I for sure was like certain. I would say around 6. Okay. I was certain. I knew what I wanted to do. I was either going to be acting, I was going to be somewhere singing, I was going to be rapping, modeling, playing basketball. I'm going to be doing all of it eventually. Right. So it was just like, at the end of the day, I know I'm going to get up there, but which route are we taking? Because it's a lot of things, that I was blessed with that I could be like, okay, if I wanted to, let me go play basketball, until somebody, until somebody hear my music. So it's just about, honestly, making sure that I just make sure I got a route on where I want to go.
Yeah. Okay. I like that, man. I like how honest you is about everything, and you just, hey, yo, man, this is me, and this is how I'm gonna rock and everything. So we're gonna come right back, man. We're gonna play a tune when we come right back. I want you guys to really get in tune with Coco Bunni, man, and we're gonna get everything going, man. Chicago 77.3 is the one and only DJ Malone. We're gonna come back in about maybe 3 to 4 minutes. Let's go.
Dougie, yo told me he been on some positive. Yeah. Lately,
Ready to go right now. I'm ready to go right now. Give me some more nights. Boom, 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 boom. I got it. I think I did.
Oh, man, Chicago 77.3, the best place to be at on any day. Really, how you guys doing? It's the one and only DJ Malone. We still got my girls in the building, man. Coco Bunni. What's going on, Coco? How you feeling, man?
You already know what time it is. I'm good.
Hey, man, I do. Like I said, man, I do appreciate a person who's really about their business and about their grind and everything, man. So now we talked about how you got into it.
Yes.
And so now you're putting out all these tracks and everything. So let's kind of go. What was the very first track you put together?
The very first track I put together, and I did it on my own, so all the mixing and mastering and everything is just like all over the place. But it was called No Bread. Okay. And it's not under Coco Bunni no more. It was under Big T. That was my original artist name. So when you like look that up in here, you're gonna see the difference from like how I present my music as Coco Bunni versus Big T.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Hey, a lot of people don't know I went by DJ F. And this is way back, you know what I'm saying? And so, DJ Malone I had to come into, so it's all good.
Yeah, I would say sometimes rebranding is what's needed, and I would say this rebrand has been doing me great. So
definitely,
you must definitely keep with it.
So why Coco Bunni?
The nickname. So my dad calls me Bunny.
Okay.
Like a bunny in countless ways. Between when bunnies get the zoomies. Yeah. And they typically might crash for 2 to 3 minutes, and then they go back with the zoomies and stuff. Yeah. So I'm like that. Okay. I get the zoomies. I'm very high energy. I can't help it. I don't like sitting down. I like being all over the place. So, and then I like a lot of lettuce on everything. So, if I go to Subway or I go to Chipotle and I tell you to give me a handful of lettuce, I really mean 2 handfuls. Don't be stingy with my lettuce. I like my lettuce. Oh, my God. So, yeah, that's why he calls me his Coco Bunni, because I'm just like the Energizer Bunny. So,
how's your family been taking to everything, man, about you doing your music thing?
I feel like they love it. I hope they love it. If they don't, oh well, God got a spot for them and where they can go, because he knows I'm going up. So I would honestly say all my family have been supportive, from helping me, perfect my craft, to helping me record, helping me set up events, even the video. I was hell bent on getting that together, and I was getting mad. I got to a point I'm like, okay, just take care of it. Y'all handle it. And they took that stress off my shoulders. Right. And it means a lot, because although I don't have an established team, this is my team.
You have people that
like I
rock
got
with
people
you
that's gonna
internally.
rock with me and work as hard as they can, regardless. And that's the thing is, I appreciate people who can give their all, regardless of
regardless
what you have.
Yeah.
So it's like I might not know how to get you, all the way to being a famous person with music, but I know how far I can take you. So let me take you that far until we can pass this baton off and be like, hey, you take her to the next spot.
I'm a firm believer in like everybody in this day wants to be the quarterback, and you can't be. Some people got to be the linebacker. Some people got to be the wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a position to do in order for us to make the win.
Yes.
So, it's okay sometimes. Hey, yo, as a DJ, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, in any my expertise, I'm gonna try to get you where I can.
Yeah.
But if I feel like, hey. And this for a manager too. Anybody out there who's trying to manage, know what you can bring and know what you're able to put out. So meaning like, eventually it's gonna be a point where it's like some managers they just want to hold you down and hold you and hold you.
But it's like you're not benefiting me no more.
Exactly.
You gotta let go. You've done all that you can, and that's why I feel like when people understand like you've done all you can, don't ever fault yourself for doing all that you can. You know what I'm saying? Or feeling like you should have went harder. You did what you can with what you had.
Real.
And for you to even make a way for somebody or to help somebody else, you should feel like, proud and great about that. Because it's people that have the blueprint, and won't give it to you at all.
Real.
So it's like for somebody to even help me as small as that, I don't mind. Whatever position you have, just play that and go crazy. Because I'm an interchangeable position person. So if I have to take the back seat because you have more knowledge than me or you know what you're doing, then okay, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm still a protege at this. You know what I'm saying? It's people coming to me for pointers, and I'm like, I still go to them, for pointers. So I'm still learning, but it's like, hey, as long as you're okay with being a teacher and a student, that's where we can work and keep pushing at. Yeah.
And that's all what it's all about, man. Just understanding the growth, like, and where we were 5 years ago, we're not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? Whether we know it or not, we're not there, and it's okay to grow it, and it's okay to be in another space, in another mindset. You know what I'm saying? So now you're taking Coco Bunni as, hey, yo, man, we gonna rock this all the way up to the wheels fall off, man.
For sure.
So now are you just putting out singles, or is there an album coming about, or what we doing?
No, so the last thing I put out was my first album as Coco Bunni. So I dropped the other 2 singles separately, but now I'm working on my second mixtape. It's gonna be called You Feel Me.
Okay.
So everybody can get to see how, I be really coming about. You get to see the soft side of me, everything like that, the smooth talking. Because I'm not one of them people you're going to see crying. I'm not one of them people you're going to see depressed. I don't like being like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want people catching me like that because I'm a lot of people's rocks. So it's like, this is a time, like, you actually going to get that music to be like, oh, so she does have a soft side. You know what I'm saying? She's not just this little gangster or whatever y'all like to call me, but it's like, y'all going to get to see the soft side of stuff. Like, I love it.
Let me ask you this. Because you mentioned that you're a lot of people's rocks and stuff. That can be hard because now, I mean, it's a grateful benefit, but it also, in the mindset, it can be hard because it's like you get pulled from 8 different ways. How do you balance that with just, hey, yo, I gotta decompress and just be to myself?
I think because I've been doing it so long and like everybody around me has adapted to it, they kind of understand when I need to decompress. Or like I'm a person that's bouncing off the walls. So you peep me laying down, you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm a talkative person and I'm not talkative, we can obviously understand that, hey, you know what I'm saying? She might need a break right now. She might need to rest. So I feel like the more that I've taken care of those people that understand, because also I'm one of those, like, I have to tell people straight out. When I meet people, I'm like, hey, I'm not one of them people you can hang out with every day. I do get overwhelmed. I handle a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm the oldest of X many kids, so it's like I'm always busy. So you're not going to catch me all the time. So it's like if you can't understand that I need that, and I feel like all people need time where they can, decompress and have time to their self to actually, like, think and feel themselves out. If I can't have that, I can't produce my art. And if I'm, and I'm supposed to be the artist of the family, and what am I doing? I'm not playing my position. That's my position. So it's like if we taking me away from my position, it's detrimental to us as a family. It's no more, I'm benefiting y'all being this rock. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like my family understands. It's like it's time to work. It's time to relax. and it's time to play. Like, they understand each and every last one of them. And, it's time to regroup also. So, because you got to understand, like, I could put in work 5 days a week, 7 days to be exact. Right. But it's like, if I'm not getting no rest, how is my work really looking?
Exactly.
How's the presentation?
Because if you're not getting any rest or you're not you, I'm putting out 65% of me, and which that's not good for anybody because one, we're not getting where we want to be to go to what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
So I'm very a big firm believer on, hey yo man, sometimes I gotta turn my phone off. I gotta shut down the computer. It gotta be me, and it's not to be selfish or to say
not disrespectful or nothing. It's just this is how I handle things. Like being a person that's always on go, and that's why I always tell my friends, like, if you're a busy person, I'm not one of them. Oh, I'm sorry we can't make these plans, babe. We're probably only gonna hang out once a month. The way that we do things,
But see, that's the thing about life is that when you really think about it, look, and especially your closest friends, we don't really even hang out with our closest friends. The only people that probably know us, that are people who are living with us, and even at that, sometimes you don't know because you go in, you go out the door. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of times people don't realize, hey, yo, man, like, life is happening. Life is lifing. You know what I'm saying? So it's sometimes I gotta press that button because otherwise I'm gonna lose my shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. I was about to say, and I feel like a lot of people watching me over the years, or a lot of my friends that are still close, they did get to see me lose my stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they got to see me lose my crazy and be all out of whack. Like, it would be times where I wouldn't even get up and get dressed because it was just so much going on. Like, at one point in my life, my plate was so full. I was going to school, but not just at school. I had school. I was a captain of the basketball team.
Okay.
My parents are also, going through their life. So I'm dealing with, being the oldest of my siblings. Not only that, I'm working, It was just like, it would be something on top of everything. So it's like me having to be stretched 8 different ways. I've been adapting to it since I was a kid. Yeah. But now it's just like, the more I adapt and the more I learn about myself is the more I need people to understand, when I do things from a certain space, why I do things. Let's be for real. Nobody wants to see me cussing people out or snapping. Yeah. I need my time to, decompress, like you said, and have my self-time. Like, that's what I literally did. I had a relationship where I simply told him, I said, I will not see you Saturdays. Saturdays is for me to strictly clean my house, clean my dog, and regroup for the next week.
Well, why do you think there's such a hard, like, I can be real with a person and say, hey, yo, man, sometimes there's a vision, and sometimes you gotta, if you're not in that vision for that time being, it's nothing against you. Yeah. But people take it as, oh, well, you're not committed, or you're not trying to abide by the relationship, like you owe them something. And it's like, no.
And that's the thing. I feel like that comes up with how people are raised. Because you can come and tell me, oh, I have this, that, and the third. I'm going to tell you, go do it. Regardless of, if I can help you. If I can't help you, I'm going to point you in a place where I know they can direct you. I've never been one of those people to try and stop people from trying to make their visions true. Or stop them from being themselves. So I feel like it's more so about the way you were raised. Because if I go tell you about a plan of, oh, I'm moving out of state, my mom's all for it because she wants to see me, do all of these things in the world. But the other family ain't for it. Why aren't y'all for it? Because half of y'all haven't even moved out of state. Why would you be, why would you be behind anything that you've never done before? You know what I'm saying? That's where it comes to your family is trying to keep you safe and stuff. But at the same time, they're hurting you and not knowing it. You know what I'm saying? They're keeping you from growing because it's like, you want to protect me from something that at the end of the day, this could be my calling. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're keeping me from my purpose at the end of the day. So it's like, that's why I feel like when it comes to certain people and, those people that feel like, oh, you're not trying to include me. Or at the same time, you got to think of those people that are so used to eating out of everybody else's hand. They don't know how to make their own plate. So it's like, if you've been eating out my hand for so long, you don't know nothing except eat off of somebody else.
I like that. Like that. That's a real... That's probably the realest statement I heard all week.
So just like your mama, I can't help it. Tell Michael I miss him. He knows, bro.
Yo, man, Chicago 77.3 with the one and only DJ Malone, man. We still got my girl into the building, Coco Bunni. I like that, man. Hey, so you guys, we're just vibing into the studio right now, man. I now for you guys know, I did a showcase on Saturday. Smoke and Mirrors. Shout outs to K Rhymes and everybody who came out. Coco Bunni was one of the performers, and she captivated me with the way that she did her performance. There's a lot of times where I'm be dead ass. I'm be honest with you guys. So I was on my phone just scrolling, and when she started performing, it made me look up, and it's like, okay. So you going into the crowd. Oh, okay. So you're going off a beach. Okay, so you got crowd control. Oh, okay. You can really spit. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, yeah, I see where you're going, Miss Coco Bunni. So
okay.
Because I look at stuff like that because I've been doing this so long. I look at people especially when you perform, you have to bring it out there, man. Because if you don't, it's just I'm just here.
Yeah, like we might like your music, but I could have listened to that in my car on the radio.
Exactly.
What would I? That's my thing is, if I'm getting to the point, or I want to be at a point where I'm selling out arenas, then I have to start acting like I've already sold out arenas. So it's like, I'm gonna give all my energy. I might not be able to run up and down the aisles in arenas, but I'm gonna still be doing a lot. I'm gonna be doing a lot.
Definitely, man. Now we listen to the Real MC and everything, and we also listen to Ladies Night.
Yes.
So let's talk about Real MC real quick. Now, that's the single that you're pushing and everything?
Yes, that one is getting real pushed. It's getting a lot of feedback, actually. Like, it got a lot more feedback than I would have expected. Like, I worked on these songs for probably, I would say, actually, Real MC got done in less than a month, surprisingly. Ladies Night and everything else that's, like, pretty much on that took me about 2 years to finish. Like, I had all the raps and everything written, but once it came to the chorus, I could not. Yeah, it was a struggle. And I didn't want to rush it. I wanted it to be perfect. So, Real MC actually is... y'all gonna be excited because it's another version of that coming out. I can't say too much, but yeah, it's another version of Real MC coming out. Okay. Now, I just know I was blessed with the beat to be able to go in crazy on it. But yes, most definitely another version of that coming out. Y'all most definitely got to stay on the look for that. Yeah.
I do like the fact that like I said, you wear your heart on your sleeve, and hey, yo, this is who I am. This is me, man. Even as we're just talking, you're talking to your people on your Instagram and family, and how they heavy supported you, man. So big salutes to them, man. Big salutes.
Yeah, salute to y'all.
So now, let me ask you this: if you could work with anybody, who would it be and why?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
Tupac.
Okay.
That's my man.
Okay.
Yes, I absolutely like for real. I feel like Tupac would be taken aback by the things that I could do. Like, he would have no choice but to put me on his team.
Okay.
Like, real life. Like, don't get me wrong. I know he be having a lot going on, and I probably would have kept that man at arm's length too, because I don't do all the extra stuff. So it's like, yeah, I would have loved to work with him, but I also would have kept him personally at a distance. But most definitely did some crazy work.
Okay. Producer-wise, who would you like to work with?
Ooh. Producer-wise, Timbaland. Ooh. Timbaland, yes. He is so cold. Like, I love the way he has a whole bunch of atmospheres. Like, his presence on any song is noticed. Like, you can hear a beat. He might not have had his name on it, but you can hear some things that are, you know, specific to how he creates his music. So that's why I most definitely like Timbaland. I feel like Timbaland is the type of dude that could get my singing out along with my rapping. My rapping. Like, right now, I can't do that on the songs. Like, I haven't perfected my switch. But if it's him, I feel like he would be able, you know, to help me hone and perfect that craft. Okay. So, yeah. Most definitely him.
I want to play a game with you real quick, man.
Okay.
And it's called Either Or. So, in this game, I'm going to give you 2 sets of artists. You have to pick either one of them. So,
do I got to get a reason, or I can just pick?
You can just pick. Okay, I ain't going to make you do all that.
Yeah, because, you know, I don't want nobody. Yeah.
So since we talk about Tupac, let's start with this. Either or, Tupac, DMX.
Tupac.
I already knew that. I already knew the answer.
Don't get me wrong. And that's the thing, too. Like, I love DMX, too. Them two, like, between Tupac, DMX, and 50 Cent, they talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I like people that can back up their shit talking, too. Excuse my language. But, yeah, so it's like, them, I most definitely. But I would still pick Tupac because Tupac didn't just talk shit. Like, they all spit some true stuff. But Tupac was more like, nigga, hold my nuts while I'm saying this to you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Hold my nuts while I'm saying this to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu.
Erykah Badu. Erykah. I need Auntie Erykah. Don't get me wrong. I love and respect Lauryn. But her as an artist and a person, I feel like she could present herself a whole bunch better. And I feel like she could have went farther if she would have presented herself better. You know, like the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, it could have been even a part 2. She could have went crazy on it. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like the way she decided to carry herself as an artist. It would be like, I know my work wouldn't get finished. You know what I'm saying? Or you might take and think you can do it on your own time. I'm not about to play them games with you, Miss Hill. So I would love to work with Erykah. She's creative, you know, out the box. Most definitely.
And I felt like Lauren could have had it. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that she didn't have it. I just felt like she could have had it even more.
Exactly. If she would have just, I feel like maybe that's not really what she wanted. She maybe just wanted to, you know, put her music out there to be heard and then maybe wanted to leave it at that. But I feel like if this was something she wanted to do for her rest of her life, she most definitely needed to show up in a different light. Because, like, you know, like, for example, being late to performances or, you know, like, stuff like that, I wouldn't want to do that. Right. You know, like, that gives me a bad rep on my name. Now they like, okay, well, she gonna come late, so what's the point of me coming on time? You know, what's the point of me paying? She don't respect my money. You know, like, so stuff like that, most definitely.
I get that.
Erykah over here.
Okay.
Love her, but yeah.
Let's go to a group setting. Outkast, UGK.
Dang, really? That you gonna put Outkast or the Underground Queen? Okay, I like the Humpty Dance. But it would have to be Outkast. For the simple fact that Outkast, they got Idlewind.
Okay.
I love Idlewind. You got to see more of their art used in different forms. Okay. So it was like you got to see it in, you know, a musical, however you want to call it, you know, versus, it's just, you know, their music and the CDs and the dance songs. And I feel like they had a lot, again, to speak about. It wasn't just a one genre thing that they did when it came to music. They was put music all over the place. You got, you know, Beat Your Back Out, The Prototype, you know, stuff like that. So it's like, I can most definitely kick it more with Outkast or feel like I could have more benefits, outcomes, or more things happening with them rather than UGK.
That's real. All right, so let's go into a girls. Let's go to girls. Nicki, Lil' Kim.
Nicki is because of Lil' Kim. I can't pick. You can't do that.
In her era.
Okay, so in their eras, though, it would be Lil' Kim. Because at the end of the day, don't get me wrong, Nicki Minaj is her name. You know, like, she built her name really high. But, again, without a Lil' Kim, who would you be?
I like that answer.
Respectfully, her era came first, and you had to bite off of that to be who you are today.
So let's take off Lil' Kim off the table.
Okay.
Nicki, Remy Ma.
And we talking about art-wise, right? Art-wise. Still, Remy. Nicki, one thing I don't like that these artists do is they repeat the same songs. Like, if I can listen to one of your entrances and I feel like it's similar to like 4 or 5 other songs, I don't want to listen to your music no more. Like, I've stopped listening to Nicki's music a long time ago. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's no, you know, shade against her or nothing. It was just simply like, well, you talking about the same thing. I hear bitches is my son 5 times in a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear that every song. Why are we repeating the same things? Yes, that's something you might be known for, but it's a new era. What's up? Like, give us something new. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole, like, again, who she is as a person. Yeah. But, you know, that I don't have the right to judge. So that has nothing to do with me. But I must definitely pick Remy Ma. Remy Ma, she gives you, again, like, that turn off and turn on. I like when people can turn off their artist. You know what I'm saying? Or turn off that hard part of their artist. Because, you know, it's a lot of components that come into people. So, like, Remy Ma, she's one of them, like, she'll give you that soft version of her. You know what I'm saying? Or she'll give you that hard version of her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you never know what you're going to get with her, but you know it's going to be, what do you want to say? Polished. That's how we can say it. It's going to be polished. At the end of the day, Nicki is only Nicki Minaj because of Kim. So, it's like, you know, thing. It's like at the end of the day, we're gonna have another Nicki soon. You know what I'm saying? And it could be the Ice Spice or whatever you want to call it, but we're gonna have another one of you.
So let me ask you this: what do you think about now? Like these people now, they're trying to come about like the Ice Spices, the Sexy Reds, the
I feel the same
Gorilla.
way. Glorilla. I would say her for sure. I would say hers is different. She at least is different. She came on the scene different, and I respect that a lot because a lot of people feel like women just need to come out sexy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to come out with my ass and my boobs all over the place. That's annoying. Like, of course, we're going to be sexualized anytime. We sexualize all the time. But when I'm doing my craft, respect my craft. Yeah. So it's like, when it comes to all of them, I feel like the one that's going to last the longest. Lord Jesus Christ. If anything, it would actually only be Sexy Red because of the influence she has. Ice Spice, you putting out the same songs. You know what I'm saying? It's TikTok music.
But see, my thing is
about
that
what?
like in this day of age, it's like sampling is out of control.
It's boring to me though. I think it's gonna get boring because we constantly doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah. It's gonna get to a point where all I'll do is hear another song or I want to find the original. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, you got Bruno Mars. His what is that song? Love's Train.
Yeah. That
exactly. I like the old version better than I like the new one.
Yeah, because and here's the thing about especially with the older songs like the Dusties and stuff. Mm-hmm. Those were live instrumentations.
Yeah.
So these are not all computer written and everything. These are live instrumentations, so they hit different.
Yeah, most definitely. Like Let Me Clear My Throat. That's one of my favorites. Like I absolutely love it. I would scream every word to that, be turned to that. Like I could have the worst day. You turn it on, we all over the place.
Hey.
Like, and that's why I'm like, they need to start putting music back into music. Like music is not music no more. It's not. It's like a way they want to keep you in a trance or like keep a certain agenda going because it's at the end of the day. Let's be for real. TikTok music is elevator music.
Yeah.
Respectfully, like no disrespect, but TikTok music is elevator music.
I can see that.
Yeah. Why would I want to take that outside of the elevator? I want to hear something for real. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm hurting, this is why people can go and listen to Drake.
Real.
Because he's talking to how you feel, you know what I'm saying? He's relating to your emotions. This is why Drake's going to be the biggest artist, you know what I'm saying? Or he's bigger than Nicki, or he's bigger than so-and-so because he relates to his people. He puts his emotions and who he is into his music. Like, you just heard about him and his baby mama with the whole son thing. Nobody knew you had a son. That whole album came out about that whole situation. Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
Why? It's you. It's your emotions. It's who Drake is. Yeah. That's what they want. Like, that's why it's like, dang, I would like for these people, to go as far as possible, but it's like what you're putting out, it doesn't have the weight to be held very long.
Well, a lot of people don't. Here's what I will say: a lot of people, it's like we live in a popcorn microwave society. Mm-hmm. So
that's really what it is.
You're here today, and you're out by an hour. Sometimes. Exactly.
And that's what I don't want to do. And that's why I feel like I put a lot of purpose and work into my music. Because one thing we not finna, I don't care how long it takes to get up there. Right. I'm going to take as long as it need to, as long as I do it right. Yeah. Because I'm going to be there for a long time. You got to think, why is Nicki, and Drake still in the same spots or, continue at least accelerating or moving forward versus everybody else.
Real.
You got to think of the LMA and how hot she was when she came out.
Yeah.
Now she's just LMA. Let's be for real. You ain't heard a song from her in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did you put? She had that. What was that?
So you gotta think about it. Before you would have her name and song like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But now it's the only people that you really see that being done for is like Nicki, Sexy Red. I be hearing songs. I be like, okay, I've heard this before, but I don't know who it comes from. I'm like, I didn't even know it's a full song. I only heard it on TikTok.
Half these songs are only about a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, boom, and as a DJ, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. We can go to the next song, but there's no substance.
Yeah.
So it's like as soon as it's basically in the background.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. I would say, I totally understand that because that's how it is for me.
So, I do appreciate the fact that you're a hip hop head, man. I like that, man. You understand about music and stuff, man.
I say, yeah. I was the one. My uncle was always asking, "How do you know about that?" Like, cause I liked it. Like, I was gonna listen to the Tupac and Biggie's because I like the sound, I like the music, I like what they were saying. So it would be like, "Oh, how do you know them?" And you shouldn't even be listening to them. Well, here we are. What are we gonna do about it? How we move forward?
Hey, Hey, so the first, what was the first track you heard that was like, hey, yo, man, this got me into hip hop right here?
The first track I've heard, okay. So I came from a weird background. You know how people come up in church and they can't listen to too much of like music and stuff. So I wasn't really listening to all music until I was like 12 or 13. And about that time, 12 or 13, that was like, for sure, I need to go and do this. Funny enough, it was actually Keisha Cole's Let It Go.
Oh, wow.
You need to get it if you don't wanna. Yep, that one. Yep, because we was in the club like, damn, that's hot. But I was like, yep, when I felt that was most definitely like, okay, this is something I've actually loved. It heightens my spirit, increases my mood, most definitely.
Okay. I ain't mad at that, man. So what's next for Coco Bunni, man? What's next for you?
What's next? We is all over the place. So, like I said, I'm be out, in and out the States right now. So we working on getting some music videos done. I'm gonna be coming to Columbus. I invited some of my people out so we can do actually Ladies Night. That's the video we're gonna be doing for Ladies Night is in Columbus. My mixtape is dropping in a month and 12 days. So I'm
Countdown is on.
Yes, I'm actually dropping it October 11th. Let's not let her get too excited. That's my mom's B-Day. So I would say, we dropping that. Like I said, that's the You Feel Me. So you get to see how I be coming for real. You get to see all my emotions and everything.
So now in this mixtape, how many tracks we got on here, man?
I think in 5. So I've been doing my mixtapes a certain way because my real name, they're all 5 letters. So my mixtapes is going based off of who I am as a person. So it's like my first mixtape had like 5 to 6 songs. I did like 5 and a bonus or something. Okay. So pretty much they're all going to be around the same. Is the 5 and a bonus.
Okay. I like that, man. So October the 11th.
Yes, October 11th. Yeah, feel me.
Well, you gotta come back and.
I'm gonna be back. I told you that because it's gonna be out on everything, and I need them to hear it and let me know how they feeling about it. Yeah,
man. Now as far as events or any showcases, you got anything planned?
I do. I have a lot going on. That's why I'm like, I be forgetting my schedule sometimes.
You gotta get a planner, man.
Yes, I most definitely do. So the 29th, September 29th, I'm gonna be at the Magic Flower doing a performance then. I know the tickets to get in is about like I think 25 or 20. I most definitely gotta double check so I can get that together and get that information out. I'm gonna be also somewhere else October 14th. I think it was called the Bourbon Sizzler is the name of it. It's like Jamaican Bourbon Sizzler or something. That's where I'm going to be at October 14th. So actually after I drop my mixtape, I'm going to go and perform one of them. Immediately after. So yeah, those is my next 2 performances, the September 29th and then October 14th. Other than that, we just making, videos, dropping music and making city visits to see people.
Prepping for a performance, how is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get yourself going?
Like right immediately before or up into it?
I guess either one.
Well, I try to make sure everything's fine. So the first thing I do is make sure all my music is together. I have to start with organization because I want to practice it how I'm going to want it to come out. So for example, like I knew that Real MC song I was going to perform. Yeah. We got that in the show track. If I know I'm going to perform that and then everything else is a show, they mixed it together for a show track. Okay, boom. This song, we're going to take out a whole bunch of the lead parts so y'all can really see, I could perform and rap my music. Right. Okay, now the other music, the last 3 songs that we pushed together into a larger show track, boom, now y'all going to see how I work the crowd, So that's really what I'm doing at home. I'm taking it and being like, okay, this is how I want to move or this is how I'm able to keep moving and not, mess up my dances that we made and stuff like that. So it's really just honestly like practice and excitement. I honestly get excited the closer I get to doing things. So that's my problem is I could be overexcited. And that's when things start going wrong. So I have to make sure like everything is done at least 3 days in advance, whether it's the song, the outfit I'm going to pick, or the hairstyle, because I'm one of those. Like if I don't pick my outfit that day, it's over with.
You're coordinated.
No. See, I'm coordinated now. Before I got here with this on, it was like 5 different outfits. And I was getting pissed. I was really going to text you and be like, you know what? Can we reschedule? Because I couldn't find an outfit. But I was like, you know what? Let's not do this right now because you do this too much. Figure it out. You knew this was coming. That's why I said I got to if I don't have an outfit in my head for that day, then we're going to have a long time getting ready. Yeah, because I'm one of those, I have to start getting ready 2 hours ahead of time.
Well, at least you know yourself.
Yeah, so and that's the thing. As long as you know how you are, you can work around it, and make the things to benefit yourself. That's why it's like, if you don't know yourself, I can't be around you. I'm one of them people, I'm going to let you know, like, when I get mad, I get like this, or when I get quiet, I get like this. So it's like, I know how to deal, or how you deal.
You sound like a lot like me, because it's like if I tell a person, hey, yo, man, I don't like that, and you go off and you do that, and then you get mad at me because I got mad because you even did it in the first place.
It's ignorant. Like, I already told you what I didn't like. Why push these boundaries thinking I'm going to let you skate? And it's not that. Like, that's why it's like, I must definitely pay attention to the people that do stuff like that. Because it's like, you got those people where they've been getting away doing it so long, nobody's ever said something.
Exactly.
And you got those people that blatantly don't care. So it's like, I have to make sure, like, I'm paying attention. Because that's my thing is, I try not to judge, because that's my grandpa says, common sense is not as common as it seems.
No, it's definitely
so
not.
So it's like, I always have to remember,
not.
like, yeah, you were raised a different way to me. You were raised in a different environment than me. This was okay from your family. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it wasn't. So it's like, whenever I go out and interact with these people, that's why it's like, sometimes I do have to be like, okay, let me bring down, my guard and let them know in a nicer manner. But it's like, once I get past that nice of, okay, can you please not? Now it's like, bro, are you effing serious? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but see, also too, this what I had to deal with coming from the Midwest, and especially from Chicago. It's like, I don't mean to come off aggressive.
We just do.
But it just I don't know what it is. It just comes off. People are like, oh, like I'll say something like what you want or whatever. In their eyes, it's like, well, what you mean? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're kind of aggressive.
I say that was something I had to explain a lot. And that's why I said I like knowing myself, because I could tell people like, yeah, I'm sweet, but I'm also aggressive. Like, and I tell people like, when I'm aggressive, or if you hear it coming out aggressive, sometimes it's just me. Sometimes it's like simply like, oh, I want to make sure that you gonna say something back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come from a household where we could have been. Yeah, exactly. A shit talker. We was picking on each other. I'm the oldest. So who was gonna have my siblings tough? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to raise no boys. All I knew was boys fight and boys talk shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we was gonna do in my house, was fight and talk shit.
And see, that's how my sisters is. Like, I don't like, oh yeah, they're my sisters, but we treat them like, hey yo, that one of the guys. Like, hey yo, man, like, it don't matter. Anybody can get it. Like, it don't matter.
So I think they kind of just misunderstand us, because again, like, you got to think it's Southern hospitality. They literally have a title for it. We don't have no title for any of that. You got to think you go open a door for somebody in the Midwest, they're looking at you crazy. Half of them don't even tell you thank you. So it's like,
you're right about
that's
that.
how I knew it was time for me to go, because I'm the person that wants to open the door for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to, feel courted or feel happy about how somebody treated you today.
I like how you said the word courted. I like that.
But it's like that. If you're not saying thank you, then what am I doing it for? But then it's, again, this is why I go back to, you weren't raised to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? Or you might have been having a bad day and might not felt it was, or felt it was needed. Yeah. That's why I just don't try to hug things against people. And I just, again, two things my coach always going to tell me. You can only control your attitude and your effort.
Yeah.
As long as you remember you control them two, can't nobody else do nothing to you. Why is your attitude changing on account of somebody else?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Them the two things I can control, and I just try to control them the best I can.
Hey, that's all you can do, man. Give it a Facebook, Instagram, where everything where they can find you.
Oh, yes. Coco, literally the bunny, COCOTHEBUNNNII. No wise.
I'm glad you spelled that, because some people wouldn't even know how to spell that.
Yeah, so I had to make sure, because I don't want y'all putting no Y's on it. You don't question nothing when it comes to Coco Bunni. Like, 2 I's.
Definitely, man. I do appreciate you coming through and rocking out with me, man. It's been a pleasure talking with you and everything.
Definitely. No problem. I'm excited. I'm going to come back.
Oh, yeah, you got to come back,
just
man.
Making sure.
You got to come back, man.
Just making sure.
I do appreciate the talk, man. It's been live. We're gonna put your songs on rotation on the after dark side, because during the daytime it's clean, but during the nighttime
I can give you the clean versions.
Oh yeah,
y'all about to say you should just that's why you gotta ask for. Ask me, show and see.
That's what I'm talking about. Clean versions on their way then.
Yes,
that's what
most definitely. I know I had to have them to get them on the radio, so I made sure they prepared.
Okay, definitely, man. Before you go, I always ask artists, man, if they could do 2 drops for me. You're gonna say your name and I'm rocking with Chicago 77.3.
All right. It's Coco the Fluffin' Bunny. Actually, can I start over on that?
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah. So it's Coco the Fluffin' Bunny, and I'm rocking with Chicago 77.3. Did I do that right?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure I did it right.
All right. So the next one, you're gonna say this is your name, and then you're gonna say I'm rocking with DJ Malone.
All right.
Go ahead.
It's Coco the Fluffin' Bunny, and I'm rocking with DJ Malone.
You dig. Hey man, we do appreciate everybody for tuning in and everything. We're gonna ride out with the song right here. Coco Bunni, Chicago 77.3 is the one and only DJ Malone. We're gonna ride out.
I got something for you bubblegum rappers, you mumble niggas about to see you can't handle.